The world is facing a worsening youth employment crisis. According to statistics from the International Labour Organization, young people are 3 times more likely to be unemployed than adults. An estimated 73 million youths worldwide are seeking employment. The ILO has called for strategic interventions to address youth unemployment. In Dominica, the ruling Dominica Labour Party administration has not only listened to the call, but has taken action.
Fellow citizens, ladies and gentlemen, government has made the creation of employment a priority.
The Roosevelt-Skerrit-led government has invested significant amount of financial resources to provide opportunities for its citizens to be gainfully employed.
This financial year, the government is investing over $9 million into the Employment and Small Business Support Unit for small business development, employment and job creation initiatives.
On December 2, 2013, the administration launched the National Employment Program, a multifaceted initiative characterized by training and job placements.
The National Employment Program being launched here today consists of several different employment initiatives, including on-the-job training and mentorship program, community development and employment initiatives, graduate internships, education mentorships, adult education to work programs, and marketing assistance programs.
The dwindling market for unskilled labor has increased the demand for more than basic primary education for entry-level jobs. As a result, suitably qualified workers are displaced by those who are overqualified. This is the backdrop against which the National Employment Program has been initiated.
We decided that we had to bite the bullet and become the catalyst for the embrace and recruitment of our trained young people into the workforce.
At the helm of the program is the coordinator, Gloria Joseph.
It is a program designed by the government of Dominica to meet 3 main objectives. One, in that the government wanted another direct means of injecting money into the national economy to stimulate growth. Secondly, it's a means of creating employment, thereby reducing poverty. And thirdly, it's a means of direct stimulation of the growth of the economy.
An important aspect of this all-inclusive initiative is the education mentorship component. Susan Scotland, the Education Mentorship Officer, supervises this component of the NEP.
We've been assisting students who are preparing for the national assessment exams in the core subjects. We've been doing practice papers with them, common entrance papers. So the students who are preparing for regional exams, such as like the CXC exams, we help them with their SBAs, their projects, and any other problems that they may have, including having the mentors available whenever a teacher is absent to fill in that gap. So this is what the mentorship program really is about.
It must be noted that the tutors are formally trained before going into the classrooms.
We don't just send them to the classroom. They're properly trained in terms of classroom management, lesson planning, content, and those other areas. And we also have them working alongside a teacher, so they're not left on their own. So while they're mentoring, they also get to be mentored as well.
Cortella Defoe, currently pursuing an associate degree in primary education at the Dominica State College, is imparting knowledge to these eager learners. They will sit the grade 6 national assessment in 2015.
The experience has been a wonderful one. Since that I am a teacher trainee at the Dominica State College, it helps me improve my teaching skills, as well as I am not only benefiting from it, but the students as well. It assists them in their weak areas, and it improves their academic performance.
For the other tutor, Lisa Gachette, this job through the NEP has provided her with the opportunity to help students. It is her first job, so for her, it's personal.
Well, I think that it's a great step from the Prime Minister. He kind of is decreasing the unemployment rates by creating jobs for the young people. So I'm very thankful because that's my first job. So yes, I'm very thankful for it.
The education mentors who are hired under the programs can now get back into their communities and provide special assistance to students self-employed, where persons can say, okay, you've done so well in the primary school system or in the secondary school system, I need somebody to give extra classes to my children. Or the Ministry of Education now has a pool of persons who have had practical work experience that they can hire from. So when you look at it, the future is bright with the program.
But just how much impact do these tutors have? That's the question we asked these students.
If you don't understand what is pronounced, they're helping you good, and then if you have something in class, they will help you do it.
They help me with my homework, they make me understand what I don't understand in class.
It is positive remarks like these which confirm to the Education Mentorship Officer that the National Employment Program is meeting its objectives.
Oh, I think it's an excellent program. I see people who've never worked before and they get that first paycheck. We call it a stipend, but to them it's a salary. I see them get that first stipend and they come back and they say, Miss Scotland, I got paid, thank you so very much. And I see the difference that it makes to them. And I just want to say that this is really a great initiative of the Prime Minister, and I really hope that it continues.
Through the NEP's internship program, individuals with a mix of education, experience and skills are placed in public and the private sector firms with salaries paid by the state.
They have an internship period. The period is either 6 months or 1 year. They have a chance while being under the program to determine what happens with the rest of the employment journey. Do I impact the businesses that I work in significantly to be able to gain myself long-term employment? I am contributing to productivity. I have good work ethics. I am focused. I am passionate about the job. I am almost creating a job for myself where I am.
Intern Employment Officer Latoya Barney is the first person the applicants will interface with at the NEP's office. She will make recommendations about job placements to the NEP's coordinator.
In order to make a recommendation, we would have to first, once we have gathered the information from the application form, we would determine the level the person is at in terms of their education as well as their experience.
Meet Elena Bowers, NEP intern and the technical officer at the Ministry of Tourism.
I was very happy to be able to go to the NEP and speak to Mrs. Joseph and Miss Bunny about my career needs and where I see my career going and what I want to do. And after doing so, they placed me with the Ministry of Tourism.
So what's it like being an intern at the Ministry of Tourism?
As an intern on this new job, it has been very educational, very challenging, very exciting. I quite enjoy working in the Ministry of Tourism.
It is no surprise, therefore, that she has positive impressions of the NEP.
I think that the NEP is an excellent program, and I take my hats out to whoever came up with it. I think that there are a lot of youth in Dominica who are looking for work. A lot of youth are that disenfranchised because they come out of college and they don't have anything to do. So I'm very happy that they've taken on the job of getting the youth of Dominica in the work market.
In this ever-changing technological era, creativity and an eye for detail are the key ingredients for the successful running of businesses like 365 MMP. It is there we caught up with another intern, Jordan George.
I edit videos, and off and on I do designs, picture designs, and I handle audio. I used to do it for myself, like for fun. On the surface, I never thought that I would get paid to do something like that, really. This internship has brought work to young people. Those who were idle, those who wasn't doing anything at home, they gave them a chance to be productive. So I think that was a very good move.
At the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission, Hilbert Alexander is monitoring the network's internet exchange point.
My long-term goals is to be a registered engineer and to have myself on the mark as an engineer in telecommunications. So being here at the NTRC is tailoring me towards that area.
His supervisor, Judge James, says the young intern has brought a lot to the commission.
He has brought some new insights, and he generally, I would say, he's keen and knowledgeable, on telecoms, and it appears that before going to study in China, Hilbert had some experience in IT, which sort of like gave him a little advantage, and in essence that paid off dividends, so and he's been more equipped than the average person coming out fresh from university.
No wonder he has such high regard for the NEP.
My view of the program is that it's, I believe, something that would be effective in all sectors, because it would give one the opportunity to demonstrate not only their qualifications but their abilities, and at the same time it would give them the interns an opportunity to, you can say, be challenged and to show what they are capable of.
At the Discover Dominica Authority, Massy Gachet is involved in tourism marketing for France, the French West Indies and English-speaking Caribbean markets. It's a direct link with her career goals.
It links perfectly because I am a university graduate where I studied hospitality management. I always wanted to work in hospitality or tourism, was not able to find gainful and meaningful employment in Dominica after completing my studies. So I feel, very honored to be working with the Discover Dominica Authority.
So how does this young intern feel about the NEP?
I think it's a great program. It's a good initiative to really bring people together who were not currently employed but who are skilled and specialize in certain fields. So I think it's a great program that the Prime Minister and this government, with the assistance of the Venezuelan government, has brought to Dominica.
Her supervisor, Colin Piper, says the intern has brought a lot to the Discover Dominica Authority.
First thing she brought was a bit of experience in the hospitality industry, having worked in the private sector before. So when we made the request to NEP and a resume came back, that was one of the things that jumped out. So she understands the hospitality industry and understands it from a private sector perspective, which is something that some of us here in public sector do not have. So we appreciate that. Also, we were short a resource, and so we were happy to get that resource. So that's two things. And three, in terms of just hitting the ground running, she was able to do so.
Here is what the DDA boss feels about the NEP.
The National Employment Program is a good thing, that it will benefit a lot of institutions. And most certainly it will give the young people an opportunity to gain experience, which is the thing that they were most lacking. And now they'll be able to combine and couple that experience with their qualifications as they move on and look for, if they're not fortunate to get permanent employment with their current employers, at least have that on their resume.
Meet Kimran Jajak, a reporter at DA Vibes.
Well, at Dominica Vibes, I'm engaged in a lot of journalist work and reporting. So from a day-to-day, report the news that's happening around the island. And I do a lot of court reporting since I've been here.
He feels fortunate to be part of the NEP program.
It has helped me in getting experience, and obviously financially, because they pay us to do the work. And working in a different environment, meeting new people, And as a journalist, you have to ask a lot of questions. It has helped me build my confidence and not be even so nervous about meeting new people and just creating new conversation. It has helped me into seeing things from a different perspective and just general knowledge, knowing more. Because when you're in the news, you get to know basically everything that is happening around the island and around different aspects of the world as well. So it has helped me in that area in gaining more knowledge. So.
Well, for one thing, this experience here will help him to make a critical career choice between law and the media.
I was always contemplating whether I should pursue law as a young man or whether I should maybe do business or something, which is what I did educationally. And being here, I've been to court mostly every day and seeing how the lawyers operated and how the whole court system, it has exposed me to that and even got me more interested and even closer to making up my mind as to what I really want to do.
Christy Darrow is a biomedical technician at the biomedical department at the Princess Margaret Hospital. The department responsible for repairs to all medical equipment.
So anything ranging from blood pressure pumps to vital sign monitors, anesthesia monitors they use in the theater, ventilators in ICU, whatever is needed. We take care of that.
Christy studied at DeVry University, where she obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in Biomedical Engineering Technology. She feels fortunate to be part of the NEP.
Instead of being unemployed and I have debts to pay because I paid my own way through school, so that helps, you know. If I didn't have this job, then I'd be in trouble financial-wise.
They are our children, our relatives, our neighbors, and friends. We owe it to them to create and give them a positive start of life.
Kitwani Dumas Morgan's childhood fascination for the eye prompted her to pursue studies in Cuba.
While growing up, you see people going blind, you wonder why are they blind, and nobody can tell you exactly why somebody's blind. So I just figured that was something I wanted to go into, and then following the miracle mission to Cuba, my grandparents went to Cuba, that motivated me even more to study anything to do with the eye.
Now a licensed optometrist at the Princess Margaret Hospital, it would take the NEP to get her to put into practice her knowledge gained in the Spanish-speaking country.
My experience has been great because coming from a system where I studied in Cuba, where I worked every day in a very large eye clinic, and then being home, basically stagnant, to being back in what I love, it has been wonderful.
So how does this Cuban-trained optometrist feel about the NEP?
I feel privileged. I feel blessed and grateful that I was able to be part of a program like that that can at least offer the hands-on practical training that I will need for the future, whether it be next year or next 5 years. So I feel grateful. I feel blessed.
At Catherine's Kitchen, a restaurant and bar in Portsmouth, it's all about doing what it takes to ensure that customers are fed with a variety of unique dishes. It's a popular venue for students at the Ross University School of Medicine, ideally located across the street. It is there we caught up with Samantha Simmons of VCAS.
I'm a wait staff. Sometimes I answer the calls and taking my orders, and sometimes I'll help in the kitchen also. Well, it's a good program because at the time when I heard about the program, I was home, not doing anything. I just happened to hear the Prime Minister is having a meeting in the village for young people. When I went, listened to the program, and a little about a month after, they called and went to the training. Mr. James, our trainer, best teacher ever. And he taught me things I didn't even know about restaurants. It wasn't my first experience working in a restaurant, but certain things I didn't know, I knew about, so it was good.
Her supervisor, Catherine Joseph Karam, says Samantha has brought a lot to Catherine's Kitchen.
Samantha is a very hard-working young lady. It looked like she got a lot of training before she got here. So in terms of what she brought to the business, she brought an attitude of like a proactive type of thing. And the others kind of catch on to her.
The introduction of university graduates to institutions like the Aid Bank continues to be a win-win situation for both the interns and management.
We are getting a bunch of bright people here with skills that we need here.
We at least have a year's worth of experience to go now and put on our resume and present to another company, whether in Dominica, in the region, or the rest of the world, and say, these are the skill sets that I've developed while I'm on this program.
The impact of the National Employment Program is being felt in communities across the country.
Almost in every constituency in Dominica, there's been some kind of impact on the local level.
On the Point Baptist Beach in Calabishi, security is at its peak. The NEP has provided actual jobs for 7 security officers.
The program basically was initiated because of one point in time we were having this series of crime and violence against the visitors, more so on the Batibo Beach and all of that. So the board came together with Mr. Mari, basically bringing up the initiative, suggesting that could be one of the best ways to clamp it down before it destroy our tourism in Calabishi.
Since the program began, there has been a sharp decline of these incidents.
The people who had even got rum then, right now, is happy to come back to Dominica the second time.
The tourists especially are informing us that they're very pleased, happy to know that one day on the beach, there are people to look over their safekeeping so they can feel comfortable now to leave their bags and everything when they're taking a dip in the water. So far it's giving us very good results.
So what's it like for these security officers?
Oh, my day involve patrolling the beach. When tourists come on the beach, we introduce ourselves, take notes, like where they're from, where they're living, if they have any concerns or queries.
For Anne-Marie Thomas, the NEP has changed her life.
Without this, we wouldn't be employed. We wouldn't be nowhere, in fact. That employment had given us things we never thought we would, because we could pay our bills, we could do what we want, you know. Send our children to school, have food on our table. So that's a great idea.
The officers trained at the police training base in Monbrose patrol the beaches of Batibu, Point Baptist and others in the area every day, keeping both locals and foreigners safe.
Our main priority is to protect.
Coordinator of the NEP, Gloria Joseph, continues to be encouraged by the success stories associated with the program.
Somebody is being relieved of the pain of not being able to meet their needs. And although you can never pay a person enough to meet all of their needs, but when something comes into the coffers, people are happy because their spending power, their morale, you know, how they feel about themselves, that they can take care of their kids, they can, you know, they can buy something for themselves, they can go to the grocery shop. That in itself is an exciting thing.
Mark Marara Joseph, Community Employment Officer, ensures that the NEP gets into communities.
We organize projects within different communities within the country, and then I'm responsible for coordinating these projects so that they could provide employment for persons within the communities.
He is responsible for the smooth operation of the farming project. The project provides young farmers with tools, a monthly stipend, and marketing assistance to foster further development of the agriculture sector.
The idea is that there are it's very difficult to get into farming, right? Sometimes you have a large startup capital to purchase equipment, purchase land. So what we do, we find land for the young people so they could plant, right? In some cases do have lands already. And then we provide the equipment and the stipend. That makes it much easier for them to now get into farming and stick to farming.
Meet Devon Wati, aka Judah of Woodfordale, a hard-working young farmer who is passionate about farming and his involvement in the NEP.
I wasn't here for a couple of years where I come back home to live, you know. So I get hooked up on this program, NEP, National Employment Program. It's a great thing. No one in the Caribbean don't have that, brother. So since I get that, I get on board and they give me opportunity, like I get paid to plant a garden. Who wouldn't do that? So I join on board. It's a lot of hard work, you know, but you know when you finish planting them, you just have to wait a couple of months and you can reap and make money. So That's the boost I get, you know, so I know I need money. Right now, they say in the country hard, but if I need good, if NEP can gain this opportunity, anybody can get opportunity like this, cause to work, you know, so it's a great joy. I feel happy that they might help me to do this and prove my skills, brother.
The farmer produces a wide variety of crops in the heights of Woodford Hill, including tanya and plantain. Because of the distance from his home, the young farmer leaves home every day at 4:30 a.m. and leaves his farm at 5:30 p.m.
I just had the courage in me because my father was a hard-working man and he used to bring me here from my little boy. So I just like, so the father, so the son, I keep the spirit going, you know. That's how it is.
For Erickson Basil of Woodford Hill, the NEP gave him the encouragement he needed to continue farming.
Encouraging to me because people like me, for example, who had no tools, who had to learn tools, right now I have a fork, I have a knapsack, I have cutlass, I have boots, making things much more easier for me. Now the NEP program make things easier where they created or provided a salary to farming. And so it's like right now they're paying me to continue farming and in a way that I will be able to sustain myself after the program.
It is hard work, he admits, but he is comforted with the realization that the rewards are just around the corner.
The planting is on its way, it's going on, so after I finish cultivating and everything, when the time is right, I'll reap the rewards.
Being on the ground and seeing a young guy being so happy to receive a knapsack and a cutlass, that's something that touched me. I could sleep good at nights when I go to work and empower young people to provide them with a skill, provide them with a source of income. We see that as a small business. I tell the farmers at the end of the 6 months, we want to ensure that you have a different life, a better life because of this program.
I don't see no other better that is there. No other program I know of, you know, providing such assistance. This NEP program is the top, #1.
It is just after 6 a.m. in the heights of Miro, an area called Cuba. Mervin Ferrara is already on his farm. He is involved in yam production, which he hopes to produce composite flour for the production of cookies and confectionaries, tested and proven. It has been 2 months, but he has made significant progress.
The program is for 6 months, you know, so we're trying to take advantage of it and push as much work as we can. We believe that we'll be able to stand our own after that 6 months, man, because we have to calculate it. The assistance we get, we have tripled it in like money, focusing that, we have tripled the amount, you know, they are giving us so far. So when harvest time comes, so yeah, man, I think we'll be able to reach our goal.
A 10-minute walk took us to the holding of Tommy Mason, a graduate of Calls in Portsmouth. Tommy chose to farm on his own, and with the help of the NEP, he produces kush, yams, and string beans.
I was given the opportunity to do farming down at 1 mile, but I say no, because I have a garden. It's better I do my own farming. I find it's good to give young farmers a head start, a chance to actually go, and it's like you're getting a chance to go out and do something. Just take it and go. Instead of sitting down at home, not doing nothing, you can at least just say, I go into the farm, and the government helping you, so just take it and go.
Brian Ofer has been involved in farming for a few years, but he has been supported by the NEP for the past 2 months.
It's a good thing for those that cannot really to say get the necessary tools needed to work in the garden. The NEP provides all this for us. So in my point of view, it's really good. Everything looking good based on the work we put down. So I can say I'm very proud.
The success stories of the NEP's farming project are endless. Jose John Jules never completed school and chose to get involved in construction, but felt that it was not his calling.
I didn't do all my school. I saw construction, believe construction was a good thing, but my cousin that got me involved in farming, the one in the group, all know that's me and his farm.
A move he has never regretted.
Yeah, man, it helped me to go further, because I can tell you, before it was harder for me. Now, as you can see, I get in there.
Today he produces a variety of crops, including sorrel, couscous and plantains. Community Employment Officer McMurrow Joseph, whose father is a farmer, is very passionate about the program.
People's lives are being changed, and every day I see people's lives change. Every day I see a mother, a single parent who is happy because she now has food for children. I see a young man who is grateful because he now could provide for his young boy. And that handshake I get every now and then when I go out on the field in Grand Fort, in Wesley, in Cochrane, in Petit Savan, all over the country, and seeing people grateful for such a program. I mean, at the end of the day, I just want to see it continue.
The Yes We Care program, an initiative which has brought smiles and hopes to several senior citizens, was not left out of the NEP.
Persons that would get up in the morning and they have been hired to be support persons to the Yes We Care, and they look forward to going to that home, the home of the elderly, the disabled person, and being able to spruce up the surroundings, give them their morning bath, assist them, comb their ears and make them look and feel good. I mean, that in itself, there's no way you can describe the impact of that, but the people themselves doing the program, a number of them are not just doing it for the love of the money coming in, but just the satisfaction that comes from knowing that you're contributing in one way or the other to economic and national growth.
Meet Leandra Gregoire, one of several caregivers in Grand Bay.
Basically, my duties are to take care of them, help them in there. I do the little washing, sometimes I cook for some of them, I comb their hair. As an employee, I'm happy that the government took the initiative to put this program in place to help the young people to achieve, maybe not much, but at least a better goal in life as to what they want to do, accomplish maybe further on in their life. So I'd like to thank the government for doing that and thinking of the young people.
Her client, Agatha John Baptist, has nothing but kudos for her caregiver.
She's taking care about me very well. Up to yesterday she was here. So what she's doing for me, I'm well pleased. She washing my clothes, combing my hair. If I need something to buy, she won't buy it. She mopping the house, she's cleaning the house. So I'm very pleased of her.
Caretaker Virgin Bly is excited about her job and takes seriously the job of caring for the elderly like Donna Thomas.
Oh, I am very proud. That giving me exercise. I have strength, and my clients, they very like me. I have energy to do it.
She is also grateful for the opportunity to earn an income.
I feel proud. I feel proud of it. It's a very nice program. And I love my PM. And I love my PIREP. Oh God, Jesus is with them. I am very glad for this little work.
Let's take a moment to imagine this. You fall ill and unable to walk, and the only one at home is your visually impaired husband. That is the reality of the Liverpool couple in Grand Bay.
I said, I can go home this situation I am in. I cannot walk. My husband cannot see light. When I go home, what I going to do? Who going to help me?
It was a dialogue with her Grand Bay MP, Honorable Justina Charles, which took the NEP to her doorstep.
I just don't know what to do. I need help. Please, if you can give me somebody to help me, please, I would be happy about it.
For Sylvian and her husband James, it is so far so great.
I cannot complain about her. I am pleased, well pleased with what she's doing for me. The way she helping my husband, both of us, she taking care of both of us. My husband have to go out. My husband, if he's in the yard, my husband will go because he know the yard. But if it's to go out to town or anywhere she have something to do, it's she that have to go. And she cooperating with him the same way I would do when I used to go with him. So I just cannot say nothing, no complaint.
Yeah, pleased with the assistant because she's helping us. She's really helping us well, and
If I have to go out, she's the one going with me, and I cannot complain anything wrong about her.
The cleanup and beautification component of the NEP is designed to ensure a clean and beautiful environment in communities across the country. Emmeline Burnett Honore is the Community Employment Officer responsible for the beautification program.
Community beautification program entails the cleaning up of various communities around Dominica. It is a program in which persons are employed to clean up, plant trees, flowers, clear out the gutters, etc. in various communities.
They're excited about going into the community, getting up in the morning, 7 o'clock, hitting the road before the sun gets hot, and doing something that makes the community look visibly well.
All the necessary tools are provided to the working teams, including rakes, brush cutters, protection gear purchased by the government of Dominica.
Persons are enthusiastic. It's all about creating employment for persons who would have otherwise been unemployed, and not only the young persons but middle-aged persons as well. Everybody's happy to wake up and put their boots on and go to work in their communities.
At Rodney's Rock, a group of young men are working tirelessly to transform the area into an ideal tourist attraction site. 3 days a week, members of the team use both traditional and mechanized methods to clean and beautify the surroundings. Como Merrifield is the team leader.
I find like the NEP is a good program. Some of we that are unemployed, we should try and look up to the NEP to see if we can get something good out of them, because they're willing to help us.
With the success stories associated with the initiative, it is evident that the National Employment Program continues to impact the lives of hundreds of Dominican nationals.
When the program was launched in December 2013, we targeted the engagement of 400 people. To date, Madam Speaker, we have exceeded our target, and more than 700 people have been engaged under the National Employment Program.
And I will say, as Prime Minister of this country, that this program shall be sustained financially.